this is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest YouTube channel. I am one third of the habitual line steppers, and as always, at the beginning of each one of these, I ask you to, if you haven't, go below this screen and hit that subscribe button, hit the like, share, or hit the dislike. But you know, speaking of dislike, I dislike and detest things like this. As you might have heard by now, a documentary was released and was shown in the U.S. and the U.K. called Leaving Neverland. Leaving Neverland supposedly was kind of an expose on Michael Jackson and two of his alleged victims of child molestation, Wade Robeson and James Safechuck. But there has been a new development. I mean, like, everybody like hopped on this. You know, Oprah even did an interview with both guys, James Safechuck and Wade Robeson. And, you know, she really dug into, you know, this attack, which this is all it seems like right now on Michael Jackson. But, yeah, there have been some new developments. There has been a horrible inconsistency exposed on the story of one of the accusers, which is exactly why I think that due to a lot of people's intuition, and I don't think that in this case people were fanboying and fangirling. I think that it was just that a lot of things about this shit just did not make any sense. And plus the fact that, you know, Michael Jackson's dead. I mean, if he did it, he did it. You know, I mean, just let the maggots eat him. But like right now, if there were any real victims out there that wanted to come forward, these two young men, if you can even call them men, they made it impossible for anyone else to come out, because now everyone is officially tired of hearing it. They're tired of hearing about how Michael Jackson did this and did that. It's time for Mike to rest now. I mean, man dead. But see, the thing is making me say this stuff is the inconsistency in the story. It makes everything seem like such bullshit. You know, like everyone figured it was anyway. So let me go ahead and show you this article real quick. Okay, the source material is in the description. So if you like to know where to read this article, just go ahead and hit the link. All right, read that title right there. Leaving Neverland director addresses alleged discrepancy in Jane Safechuck's claims against Michael Jackson. Now, if you didn't know, if you don't know what this claim is, James Safechuck, one of the alleged victims, which I'm not even gonna call him a victim anymore. He's an accuser. He's not a victim. One of the accusers basically said from 1988 to 1992, he was being molested in a room by Michael Jackson in the Neverland train station. But they said the room wasn't constructed to a year after the time period. Wow. So for those of you that didn't buy into this immediately, good job. Because even Cat Williams, a while back, like, he went on this whole rant and spiel against Michael Jackson, and, you know, it's calling Michael Jackson stupid, that he did that to them kids, all that stuff. But Cat Williams backtracked it also. He was like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry." So okay, here's what this article says in that quote. And, you know, I'm putting this up here because, you know, everybody, you know, that can read. But anyway, Leaving Neverland director and dumbass Dan Reed has responded to claims that James Safechuck made an error in his sexual abuse allegations against Michael Jackson. The documentary, which aired in the U.S. and across the U.K. and Ireland last month, features interviews with Safechuck and Wade Robeson. Both alleged they were abused by the late singer, as well as members of their families. The men, now age 40 and 36 respectively, claim that they were abused by Jackson on numerous occasions at various locations when they were children. The Michael Jackson estate vehemently denies the allegations, and yes, they have. I think included in those members is Brandy Jackson. I think it was it's one of the daughters. So here's the picture of the three. Here's the three. Quite frankly, Dan Reed in the middle, who doesn't check his fucking information before he decides to put something out there damaging about a famous black man. And the reason why I say black man is if you wanted to feed the narrative that black men are just being constantly attacked, guess what? You can use this situation all you want. I mean, you can agree or disagree, but hey. and okay, here it is from left to right. From left. And what seems like liar number one, Wade Robeson. In the middle is the dumbass himself, Dan Reed. And the liar on the right, whose story had that big ass inconsistency, because, you know, he can't, like, he was lying anyway. So I don't get these fucks, these fuck bags. Like, that's James Safechuck, you know, with the beard stubble, whatever. Like, I have no kind words for people who lie just to trash someone. And I mean, Michael Jackson, to me, he's the most successful entertainer in the history of music. It is what it is. So this is the price of a person becoming famous. Well, a black man becoming famous. Let me just go ahead and say that, because I can relate to that. You got all kinds of bullshit flung at you. Well, anyway, and here is what happened. And in the bottom of the screen, you see Robeson, Safechuck, and their pally pal Oprah Winfrey. Now, we all know Oprah, who hasn't been under a rock and survived. But anyway, let me read. In his lawsuit against Jackson's estate, Safechuck claims he was abused between 1988 and 1992. In the documentary, he claims he was assaulted in an upstairs room of the train station. However, Smallcomb, and I forgot. Michael Jackson biographer Mike Smallcomb. It says it right here in the paragraph above this picture of the three douchebags. He's the one that brought this error to light. He's saying that there's an error in Safechuck's timeline of events specifically relating to his claim that he was abused at Neverland's train station. Smallcomb, in this paragraph right above the picture, Smallcomb shared construction plans on Twitter of the train station, which shows that it was approved for construction on September 2nd, 1993, and was opened in 1994. So look at this. You ought to make a meme out of this picture. It should say, when you're so sure of yourself, but you don't know a goddamn thing. Yes. Okay, so now we're caught in a lie. So what do we do here? Here's what I say. You throw the whole goddamn situation away. Throw it all away. Like I said a second ago, if there are any real victims, it is super difficult for them to come forward, because now there's this big thick ass iron wall up right now, and that iron wall is basically made of, not figuratively iron, but it's made of a people who's tired of this shit. It's time to let Michael Jackson rest. Now it's time. And all three of these people, and the Dan Reed, who let me go and show you him again, the bald guy in the middle. Dan Reed, he thought he did something then. This is why, like, whether you're on TV, you got an opportunity like this dumbass right here, you're on YouTube, you should always check your sources. You should always have the correct information, because shit like that can come back to bite you in the ass. Now, who's going to ask Dan Reed to do shit now? I mean, you better go to directing traffic. That's the only thing you're going to direct, if anything. But I don't know. In America, who knows? Stranger things have happened. Neverland's train station. It didn't happen, Mr. Safechuck. Nobody's safe with you, Chuck. Now look at this image. Like and it was like, and I hate to stay out of certain things. There was so much fake outrage. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. There was not very much fake outrage I had seen that actually came from the black community. You know, usually the sisters are on girl code when it comes to somebody like Oprah. I will tell you this, and I have to be fair. I didn't see that much on the Michael Jackson situation. I didn't. I just didn't. I mean, if I am wrong, post a link in the comments of Lipstick Alley is kind of doing it. They trying because that's what they do. They're psychotic girl code. Like it's you get dumber reading that stuff. But okay, whatever. But outside of them, it's like I haven't seen much come from from black women about how Oprah was right. She was right in doing this, and they didn't side with her. They didn't ride with her like they usually do. So I have to be fair. And brothers, we unless you're a special kind of dude, we never really roll with Oprah like that for real. I mean, I will give credit to Oprah's success all day, every day. She is a very accomplished person. But guess what? You're just about as dumb as Dan Reed. I say just about because you're black. So, and I mean, but still, it's like, damn, it's like a person like Oprah is like, she's a very prominent black woman. So, like I said, across the media, there's been a growing sentiment that black men feel like that all this energy toward getting rid of predators is just folk put on black men. Now, if a black man is a sexual predator, he must pay the price. Period. He must pay the price. But I think the complaint is the same energy is not shown across the board for the white predators. Now, to think about, okay, if you want to say something like that, in America, white criminals are treated much differently than black criminals. And people can deny that fact all day, all night. So I can go at it from that angle. So that is true. They are accurate in saying that. But when you wrong, you wrong. Period. They were wrong in this. And I am so glad my people did not hop on too much of a bandwagon on this one. Some did, of course. Some did. And consistently, let's be fair about this also. People like our people were really hard on Mike. Like I said, Cat Williams, he was hard on Mike at one point. A lot of people have been publicly hard on Mike because of this. Because like when you accuse someone that he just hangs around children, a lot of people say, and I'll say this too, he didn't have a childhood. Joe Jackson was like a monster of a manager. He perfected the boy band to me. Like I don't give a fuck about the Beatles. Seriously. Oh yeah. And speaking of the Beatles, let me just put a visual aid up here. For a long time, since the mid-'80s, Michael Jackson was 50% owner of the Beatles catalog. The other 50% belonging to Sony. At the time, for a black man to own the catalog of an iconic European white group such as the Beatles was huge. Sometimes when you deal with like a trifling element, some groups of people just can't let shit go. Now, conspiracy theories. Now, I'm gonna get away from that. That kind of thing because, YouTube. They recently said, "Oh, we're gonna crack down on the conspiracy theories." It's just that. It's just like it's just an attempt to control the narratives and everything. I mean, Michael Jackson also like attempted to purchase the Elephant Man's bones. He was doing crazy rich people stuff. And when you're in the scope of a black man in America and in a lot of cases the world, they try to put you in this little box. Michael Jackson was winning too much. He was winning way too much. And you forget, You forget the fact that he was a ladies' man back then. You know, he dated model Brooke shit. Like, he was dating models. Like, but he was very private with his stuff. I mean, however the children were born, you know, that's rich people stuff. I feel like rich people go by a different set of rules. But this the fact of the matter is, if you want to say that Michael Jackson did this and did that, you can't go off this young man's story right here. He got caught in a lie. So that makes the whole documentary bull crap. You know, which I suspected anyway. It's not my bias. You black man, you making excuses for black men. No, I don't do that. I don't do that. But everything about leaving Neverland and all the accusations throughout the years of Michael Jackson saying that he was a child molester, that he diddled little boys. I mean, right now it just seems like crap. It's really like I'm gonna make this call. It's really time for y'all, all of you, and I know somebody's out there saying, "Who's y'all? Who's y'all?" Whoever thinks that Michael Jackson shouldn't rest in peace. Let's go ahead and do that one right there. It's time for you all to let Michael Jackson rest in peace. He made great music. Great music. Iconic music. The biggest entertainer of all time. Anyone that knows anything about Michael Jackson as an entertainer will not argue that fact. Name somebody that was better than Michael Jackson. Don't say Beyonce. Beyonce is great in her own right. I admit that. No Beyonce hate, but no. Michael Jackson is the king. Rest in peace, Michael. You know, bullshit ass people. Why do we even? All right, so this is Kev. This is black men being brutally honest. If you took the time to watch this, you know, I understand that, you know, sometimes people, they have better things to do. But thank you for taking the time to watch this, sharing in this with me, you know, because when you're a person like me and you feel like that black men are being scrutinized, you know, I try not to do it from a victimhood standpoint, because brothers out there, if you guilty of something, you just guilty. You need to be held accountable. That's the, you know, we say that word quite often, accountability. But what the hell else can you hold Michael Jackson accountable for at this point? Also, it is up to you as a parent, and I said this in the R. Kelly situation, to keep your children as safe as possible. If you don't feel that responsibility as a parent, then you really shouldn't be a parent. Please try to understand. All right. So, okay. So all this little leaving Neverland stuff is bull crap. Everybody, I think most people knew that it was bull crap, except for the, you know, the few haters that wanted to hang on to the whole Michael Jackson did this, Michael Jackson did that thing. Now, if there's some kind of new, and I'll go on record to say this, if there's some kind of new, indisputable, truthful, undeniable evidence that Michael Jackson actually did that, and I would hate to see what this evidence is, then I'll make another video apologizing. And then I'll join the little smear on everybody, you know, Michael Jackson with everybody else. But right now, to me, it's just no reason to smear the man anymore. There's really no reason to smear the man in the first place. Seriously, folks. Think while it's legal. All right. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm out.